Our next guest is no stranger to blending artistry with purpose. Earlier this year, we had the pleasure of speaking with him about his book, and today he's back to share his latest creative venture, his debut album. Let's welcome musician and professional spoken word artist, the multi-talented Christian Morant. Christian, so great to have you back with us today. So before we even get started, what is the name of this album? I couldn't find it anywhere.
Yeah, so that's I'm leaving that to a surprise for when it releases. Yeah,
okay.
I kind of want everybody to really kind of go back to grassroots and take in the art for what it is, from fresh, without any kind of thing, which, couldn't be conducive, but I want a little mystery to it.
Yeah, that's wonderful. So when is this album releasing?
It's actually on my birthday, December 2nd.
December 2nd.
Yeah, so I'm making it kind of like a birthday bash. People come hang out at Poorhouse, and then enjoy the album while we play it live with, I'll be accompanied by Emily Curtis, Eliza Novella, and Michael Duff, and a bunch of the homies and friends.
Yeah, what a stellar team. And I mean, you are like a jack of all trades in every sense of the word, but this is your debut album. So what has led to this point?
Yeah, I've actually been asked that quite a few times, even by my dad the other night. Years of processing emotional stuff, just life in general. I didn't know it was going to be an album at first. Jackson Bale, shout out him again, who's filmed every record you're going to hear live in studio. We first started as singles, and then I realized I had a bunch of material that, hey, let's rock this out and create the rest of the album. And so it was just kind of in parallel at the same time, just came together naturally.
How many tracks are on the album?
12 tracks.
12 tracks.
Yep.
And now we were chatting a little bit earlier. I know that these 12 tracks were recorded in 6 different studios.
Yes.
I know that there's a reason that you did that. So what's the reason?
Half yes and half no. Half was just so I could pull it together. But halfway through, the reason ended up developing because I was like, oh man, how cool would it be? Because most people would kind of get into one studio, and which helps for consistency of sound. But being able to do it between Charleston and some in New York led into the collaborative nature of it, and being able to work with several different musicians. And with that, I would say it adds some complexity, but it also adds a lot more value, because like someone, let's say like the band Psychedelics, I think Charleston's really familiar with them. They're really groovy. They're one unit and they're amazing. So that provides its own value. In this sense, I got to work with different people and be like, all right, what do you provide on this and what do you provide on that? And it's really cool. So you're gonna hear a very dynamic range of artists.
It's a little bit like storytelling in a sense, and that's a big part of your work is storytelling. Is there a central theme of this album?
Like you said, I think the storytelling aspect. There's happy moments, sad moments, a lot of accountability and vulnerability, really. So it's not your typical kind of pop record or anything like that. It's really tuned into the lyricism of it. And then the singers they bring it to life. The singers and the other musicians really bring the records to life. I'm just kind of there, helping it along.
And now there's 3 tracks on this album that are already released, but we're actually gonna hear after the break, we're gonna hear Mermaid Green, that's off this album. Tell me about this song.
Yeah, Mermaid Green, that's a loving song. It's kind of a magical fairy tale of love. Emily Curtis is on it. Michael Duff is on it as well. We recorded that at Coast Records. Matt Zutel is the engineer there, and it's just a really cool, loving song.
Yeah, I can't wait to hear it. And now, so the album release and the birthday bash party is happening December 2nd. The information on that and all information about you is on your website, christianmorant.com. Also, he has new merch too, but we have to go to break.
This one's for you, by the way.
Really?
We will have this.
You are so kind.
We will have this at the birthday bash.
Oh, look at us. Create. It's Mermaid Green after the break.